guys, in this video, we're gonna talk about our weekly and monthly money meetings. I don't think there's been anything else that has been such a game changer to thinking about and communicating about our finances than these practices. So what our weekly and monthly money meetings are, we're gonna break down for you in just a second and walk through the checklist that we've built into your journal for you. But why these are so important is it's taking time every single week to tag in, think about, and be strategic around your finances. This is super important, and if you don't take anything else, this one is one to take. Really, we think you should do all of it, or else we wouldn't be doing all of this, but this one is huge. Do not underestimate the power of our weekly and monthly money meetings.
Yeah, and this is something that it's amazing whether you're single, you're engaged, and you're starting to talk about money, or you're married. If you're single, it's a meeting with yourself. It's a moment every week, and then as Ali's going to explain, once a month is a longer meeting for you to kind of go through a checklist, review your budget, reflect, make sure everything's going the way you want and that you're achieving the goals you want. Remember, a budget isn't supposed to be a bully. It's supposed to be a tool to help you achieve your dreams. And so if you're single, it's a chance to reflect. But then as a couple, and if you plan to ever be married, it's so cool. Just get in the rhythm now. As a couple, this is so pivotal.
Yes.
Many times in so many relationships, one spouse, right, before you got the monthly money journal, you probably had your Excel sheet, right? And you loved that Excel sheet, and you just are nerding out on all the numbers. The other spouse is kind of like not nerding out in the numbers, and there's a disconnect.
Yeah.
This meeting, we think it takes about 15 minutes on your weekly money meeting and then about an hour of work on your monthly money meeting. But taking just that little bit of time really in a month to talk and get on the same page, it helps so much.
Yeah.
I've heard it said that one of the biggest reasons for divorce is financial trouble.
Yeah.
And we really think, that this one thing doesn't change your whole life and everything. It won't make you lose 75 pounds, but it helps a lot in your marriage, just to be able to be on the same page and just talk and to know where one another at on the money and where at in the budget and what you should do and where you need to save and all of those cool things. It's really powerful.
Definitely. So a couple quick specifics for you is you might be asking, and Gino kind of said it already, is how long is this meeting supposed to take? We really say that your weekly meeting should only take about 15 minutes a week. So it's not really a huge ask.
Yeah.
Just 15 minutes a week to look over your budget. What you're going to be doing at that meeting is tracking all of your expenses. So in an earlier video, we talked about how you can track all of your expenses in your categorized expense log. So this is going to be the time that you sit down and you're just categorizing all of those expenses. Then you're also just looking to see where you're at during the month, which we're going to show you in the journal how that works. So it really only takes about 15 minutes for your weekly meeting and up to an hour for your monthly meeting, because once a month, it's really important that you're setting your budget for your next month. You're getting everything closed out in the way I like to think of it from the previous month and opened up for the month to come. And then the other thing that people ask is, when should I do my monthly money meeting? We really recommend picking a specific day and time that is always cleared for you, that you can do it every single week. So for us, it's Fridays between 9 and 10 a.m. Normally we sit down and we do our weekly money meeting. But because for us, that's the time that works every single week. And so we recommend doing that at the same time, scheduling it, don't break that appointment every single week. And then for your monthly money meeting, we just would say whatever day a week that you do that you do it on the closest of that day. So for example, for us, it's Fridays. So we do it on the closest Friday to the beginning of the next month. So that may be a couple days before the month ends or a couple days after the month begins. But for us, that works because we're not breaking our meeting. We're just keeping that consistent time every single month.
Yeah, it's a very powerful habit. It really doesn't take a lot of time. And it is really the key to the monthly money journal, is the monthly money meeting and the weekly meeting. It's that time when you're able to take those receipts, log all of that information here in your categorized expense log or expense tracker, and just communicate. With that information, you're able to make better decisions on your money, because we can't go out to eat another time. We're over budget. Or guess what? Let's go out to eat. We're doing great on budget. And you're able to know that, not just guess. It really helps.
Yep. The final thing before we jump into the journal is really just to set some good expectations for your meeting. At first, this may not flow super easily. Your first couple meetings, it might be a couple rough, whether you're doing them by yourself or with someone
Might be
else.
amazing.
It might be amazing because you're feeling on the same page. It may also be a little clunky, and that is totally okay.
Yep.
But don't give up on the meeting. All right, so this is your weekly and monthly money meeting section of your journal. You're gonna find it in your additional worksheets on the very first pages when you go to your additional worksheets section. So first we're going to focus on our weekly money meeting. So this is something that you do every single week. Again, as a reminder, it's only going to take about 15 to 20 minutes a week. You can do this if you're married or engaged together with your spouse or fiance, or you could do it by yourself as well and ask these questions and walk through these steps by yourself. So how this one works is the first thing on the checklist here is to record and categorize all of your expenses. So what you're going to do is look back at that that 1 week's expenses. So if you've been saving your receipts, you're going to go back through your receipts and you're going to go into the categorized section of your monthly money journal and you're going to record all of your expenses in every single category. So you're going to both record and categorize. It happens at the same time, all of your expenses. As you're doing that, you're also going to calculate how much budget you have left in every category. So for example, let's go to, say it was childcare and you had some babysitting that you'd paid for. You're going to put down what happened, where you spent it, how much you had spent, but you're also going to calculate how much from the total that you have left to spend in that category for the month. It's really important so that you're going to give you a lot of information about how much you still have left to spend, especially when you look at where you are at, how many weeks you currently are at into the current month. So once you've done that, you're going to take, today this is week 1, you're just going to put a check mark in each of these sections for week 1. Now, if there's other things that you'd like to do weekly that we haven't included here, there's some spaces for you to put those in as well. So you can write down if there's something else, say there was a bill that you pay every week or something that you do every single week, you can put that down right here as a part of your checklist as well and check those items off throughout the different weeks. Then below there is some different helpful questions to walk through. So looking at, is spending on track for all categories? Are there any budget adjustments that you need to make? Any major expenses coming up that you need to plan for? If there's any bills that need to be paid this week? And one that we find really important, are there any wins to celebrate? Even if you're doing this by yourself, take the time to celebrate wise money choices that you made this past week and take just a few minutes to really consider these questions. It's really going to help you feel in control of your money. Then there's a whole notes and reflection section, and these are kind of broken up into different little boxes so that you can jot notes wherever you want about any of the reflections you made. And then every week when you come back to it, you're going to be able to see those notes and reflections reflected right here. Super, super helpful. Then moving on to our monthly money meeting. Again, this is one that you're going to do once a month. Takes a little bit longer, but it is so, so worth it. So the way we like to think about this is I like to think about it as closing one month and opening the next. So by this point, when you're doing your monthly money meeting, you should have had your next month's monthly money journal already with you. So you have your old month's monthly money journal and now your new month's monthly money journal. What you're going to do is first you're going to do the same exact thing that you did last time, record and categorize all of your expenses. Once you've done that, you can click a little check mark right there. Then you're going to calculate rollover. So basically what this is it's going to be how much budget you still have left. That's where it's going to be reflected in your journal. So when you go back to another section, in every section, it's going to be the budget that you have left to spend in that category. Now that's going to be for your new month, that's going to be your rollover. So if we go to this exact same page in this journal, your budget left that you had in this category from the previous month now becomes your rollover in the new month. So you're going to put down that's how much you have rolling over because you didn't spend it in this previous month. Now you have it to spend in the new month to come. So you're going to calculate your rollover. I like to do this. This is just a fun thing I like to do, but I actually, as I go through my journal, I just circle in a big circle around the rollover that I have left, so that makes it really easy to see as I'm going through. Then you're going to pay any bills. A lot of people have bills that come out different times of the month, or especially at the beginning of a new month. So if there's any bills you need to pay, that is a good time to pay them. You're going to deposit your savings and update your savings tracker. So in a previous one, we went through the entire savings tracker section of your journal where you have your budgeted amount. Then at the end of the month, you're going to do your end of the month deposit, which is hopefully all that you budgeted for. So you're going to do your end of the month budget deposit, then you're going to do your end of the month balance, which then you're going to reflect in your new month. Once I get there, in your new month section, you're going to reflect that what was your end of the month balance in your previous journal now becomes your start of the month balance in your new journal. So you have these side by side. You're going to do your end of the month in one journal and your start of the month in the next journal over. The next thing you're going to do is you're going to write out next month's budget. So you're going to go through, you're going to find open to the very first page of your new month. You're going to write out your budget, and you're going to ask some of these questions as well. It's going to help you plan for your new budget. So if there's any changes you want to make from the previous month, then you're going to make that as you write out your new budget for the coming month. And you're going to transfer that rollover if you haven't done that already. And you can check those off as you go through it. Then with your monthly money meeting, if there are any other things you'd like to do monthly, you can include those here as well. Then finally, we have some other helpful questions for you. Was spending way over or under in any categories? Are there bills that need paid for the month? Were all savings goals met? Are there any expenses that need to be cut out next month? Major expenses coming up? Any budget adjustments for the next month, and any wins to celebrate. And again, there is a notes and reflection section. If this isn't enough, in the back of your journal, we have plenty of additional notes sections. So you can always put notes here as well. And what I like to do is just write a little note to myself that check the notes and reflection section, and then you can flip to those pages for any more additional notes. Again, lots of room, couple of pages here for additional notes as well. So that is your monthly money meeting.
Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If there is any questions that you still had, make sure to check out our other videos on our Learn page at themonthlymoneyjournal.com/learn. If you still have any questions that you'd like answered, you can reach out to us by email at contact@themonthlymoneyjournal.com or go to the contact page on our website. We'd love to hear from you.